Hi, and welcome to English Channel. Are you learning English? Great. Let's learn English with a very interesting story. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Let's get started.
1. Introduction. Why Greece changed the world? What if one small country could change the way the whole world thinks? Long ago, Greece was a land between Europe and Asia. Because of this place, ideas from many cultures met and grew together. Greece gave the world democracy, where people could share their voices. It also gave us philosophy, where thinkers asked deep questions about life. The Olympic Games began in Greece to celebrate strength and peace. In this story, we will travel through thousands of years of Greek history. We will see how Greek ideas shaped the world we live in today. 2. The Minoan civilization, about 300 to 1100 BCE. The Minoan civilization was the first great culture of ancient Greece. It began around 3000 BCE on the island of Crete in the Mediterranean Sea. Crete was in a perfect place for travel and trade by sea. The Minoans built large and beautiful palaces. The most famous palace was Knossos. It had many rooms, long halls, and colorful walls. Artists painted bright pictures called frescoes. These pictures showed nature, animals, and people dancing. The Minoans loved art, beauty, and peaceful life. They were also strong traders. They traded olive oil, wine, and pottery with Egypt and other lands. The Minoans created their own writing system called Linear A. Today, we still cannot read this writing. This makes their government and beliefs a mystery. Around 1100 BCE, the Minoan civilization slowly disappeared. No one knows the exact reason. Some believe earthquakes or invasions caused their fall. 3. The Mycenaean civilization, about 1700 to 1100 BCE. After the Minoans became weak, a new power rose in Greece. This was the Mycenaean civilization on mainland Greece. The Mycenaeans were very different from the Minoans. They were warriors and valued strength and battle. They built strong cities on hills with thick stone walls. The most famous city was Mycenae. Mycenaean kings were powerful and ruled many lands. They used a writing system called Linear B. Linear B was an early form of the Greek language. It was used to keep records of food and goods. The Mycenaeans are linked to the famous Trojan War. This story tells of a long war against the city of Troy. Around 1100 BCE, the Mycenaean civilization collapsed. Their cities were destroyed, and people left their homes. The reasons are still unclear today, but their stories and legends lived on in Greek history. 4. The Greek Dark Ages, about 1200 to 800 BCE. After the fall of the Mycenaean civilization, Greece entered a difficult time. This period is called the Greek Dark Ages. It lasted from about 1200 to 800 BCE. During this time, people stopped using writing. The old writing system, Linear B, disappeared. Because of this, we know very little about daily life. Many cities were destroyed and left empty. The population of Greece became much smaller. People lived in small villages instead of big cities. Life was simple and often hard. Food was limited and trade was slow. However, important changes were happening. Greeks began using iron instead of bronze for tools and weapons. Iron was easier to find and cheaper to make. This allowed more people to own weapons and tools. Society slowly became more equal. These changes prepared Greece for a new beginning. 5. The Archaic period, about 800 to 480 BC. After the Dark Ages, Greece entered a time of growth and change. This period is called the Archaic period. The population began to increase again. People built stronger communities and larger towns. During this time, the polis, or city-state, was formed. A polis included a city and the land around it. Each polis had its own laws and leaders. Greeks traveled across the sea and started new colonies. They settled in places like Italy and Asia Minor. These colonies helped trade grow faster. Art, pottery, and writing continued to improve. Greek culture slowly became stronger and more organized. By the end of this period, Greece was ready for a great new age. 6. Greek gods, myths, and beliefs. Ancient Greeks believed that many gods controlled the world. These gods were said to live on Mount Olympus. The most powerful god was Zeus, the king of the gods. He controlled the sky, thunder, and lightning. Hera was the goddess of marriage and family. Athena was the goddess of wisdom and war. Apollo was the god of music, light, and knowledge. Each god had a clear role and personality. Greeks told many myths to explain nature and life. These stories explained storms, love, war, and death. Myths were not only stories, but also lessons. They taught people about bravery, pride, and punishment. Religion was part of daily life in ancient Greece. People built temples and offered gifts to the gods. They prayed for good harvests and safe journeys. Festivals and games honored the gods. Greek beliefs strongly shaped art, culture, and thinking. 7. The classical period begins about 480 BCE. Around 480 BCE, Greece entered a new and powerful age. This time is known as the classical period. It began after the Greeks defeated the Persian Empire. These victories brought pride, confidence, and hope. Greek city-states grew richer and better organized. Trade increased, and people traveled more between cities. Art and architecture reached a high level of beauty. Temples, statues, and public buildings were carefully designed. Thinkers began to ask important questions about life, truth, and justice. New ideas about government and citizenship appeared. People became more involved in public life and shared decisions. Although each city-state ruled itself, they shared language and culture. This period is remembered as the Golden Age of ancient Greece. 8. Athens and Sparta, two different worlds. Athens and Sparta were the two most famous city-states in ancient Greece. They shared the same language and gods, but their lives were very different. Athens was known for democracy and free thinking. In Athens, citizens could join meetings and vote on laws. Education was important for boys in Athens. They learned reading, writing, music, and sports. Art and theater were a big part of Athenian life. Many great philosophers lived and taught in Athens. Sparta, however, was built on strength and control. Its society focused on the army and discipline. Spartan boys trained as soldiers from a young age. Their lives were hard and strict. Women in Sparta were stronger and had more freedom than in Athens. They trained in sports to raise strong children. Athens valued ideas and beauty. Sparta valued order and power. Together, they shaped Greek history in different ways. 9. Daily life in ancient Greece. Daily life in ancient Greece was simple but meaningful. Family was the center of Greek life. The father was the head of the family. Women managed the home and raised children. Most people ate simple food like bread, olives, and cheese. Fish was common near the sea. Meat was rare and eaten on special days. People wore light clothing made from wool or linen. Men wore tunics and women wore long dresses. Homes were simple and built around a small courtyard. Social roles were very clear in Greek society. Free men had the most rights and power. Women had fewer rights and stayed mostly at home. Slaves did much of the hard work. They worked in homes, farms, and workshops. Despite differences, community life was important. Festivals and public events brought people together. 10. Education, sports, and the Olympic spirit. Education was important in ancient Greek society. Boys were taught reading, writing, music, and physical training. Education helped them become good citizens of the city-state. In Athens, schools focused on thinking and discussion. In Sparta, education focused on strength and discipline. Sports played a major role in Greek life. Physical strength was seen as a sign of honor and beauty. Athletes trained hard to improve their bodies and minds. The Olympic Games began in ancient Greece. They were held every 4 years at Olympia. Athletes competed in running, wrestling, and other events. The games honored the god Zeus and united Greek culture. 11. The Persian Wars. In the early 5th century BCE, Greece faced a great danger. The Persian Empire began to invade Greek lands. Persia was powerful and had a very large army. Many Greek city-states were afraid. Some chose to surrender, but others decided to fight. Athens and Sparta led the resistance. One famous battle was the Battle of Thermopylae. A small Greek force faced a huge Persian army there. They fought bravely, even though they were outnumbered. Another important battle was the Battle of Salamis. The Greek navy used smart tactics to defeat the Persians at sea. These victories gave Greeks hope and strength. For the first time, many city-states worked together. They shared soldiers, ships, and plans. This unity was rare in Greek history. In the end, Persia failed to conquer Greece. The wars showed the power of courage and cooperation. They also marked the rise of Greece as a strong civilization. 12. The Peloponnesian War. After the Persian Wars, peace in Greece did not last long. Two powerful city-states began to fear each other. These city-states were Athens and Sparta. Athens was strong at sea and rich from trade. Sparta was strong on land and had a powerful army. Their different values caused tension and distrust. In 431 BCE, war broke out between them. This conflict is called the Peloponnesian War. The war lasted for many years. Both sides suffered great losses. Cities were destroyed and people lost their homes. Disease spread, especially in crowded Athens. Food became scarce and trade was interrupted. Allies were forced to choose sides. Greek unity slowly disappeared. In the end, Sparta defeated Athens. However, Sparta was also weakened by the war. The long conflict left all of Greece exhausted and divided. 13. Alexander the Great and Hellenization. After years of war, Greece became weak and unstable. A new power soon rose in the north. This power came from Macedonia. Its leader was Alexander the Great. Alexander became king at a very young age. He was a brilliant soldier and strong leader. Alexander began a series of great conquests. He defeated the Persian Empire with speed and skill. His army marched across Asia, Egypt, and into India. Alexander built cities wherever he went. Many of these cities were named Alexandria. He encouraged Greek language and customs in new lands. This process is called Hellenization. Greek art, science, and ideas spread widely. Local cultures mixed with Greek culture. This created a new shared civilization. Even after Alexander's early death, his influence remained. Greek culture continued to shape the ancient world. 14. Greek language and ideas that shaped the world. The Greek language became one of the most important languages in history. It was used across many lands during and after Alexander's conquests. Greek became the language of education, science, and government. Many modern English words come from Greek. Words about science, medicine, and philosophy often have Greek roots. Greek thinkers asked deep questions about life and the universe. Philosophers like Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle shaped human thought. They discussed truth, justice, and the meaning of a good life. Greek ideas encouraged people to think clearly and ask questions. Greek science also made great progress. Scientists studied mathematics, astronomy, and medicine. They tried to understand nature using reason, not myths. Greek historians recorded events to learn from the past. Artists focused on balance, beauty, and the human form. Greek ideas spread far beyond Greece itself. They influenced Roman culture and later European thinking. Even today, schools still teach Greek ideas. The Greek legacy continues to shape the modern world. 15. Greece under Rome and the Byzantine Empire. In time, Greece lost its political independence. It became part of the Roman Empire. However, Greek culture did not disappear. Romans admired Greek art, language, and education. Greek teachers worked in Roman cities. Greek ideas continued to influence Roman life. Later, the Eastern Roman Empire grew stronger. Its capital was Constantinople. This city became a center of Greek culture and learning. The empire is known as the Byzantine Empire. Greek was the main language of the Byzantine world. Christianity became very important during this time. The Orthodox Church developed strong traditions. Religion shaped daily life, art, and law. Byzantine scholars worked to preserve ancient Greek texts. They copied books by hand to protect knowledge. Many Greek ideas survived because of their work. Through Byzantium, ancient wisdom reached the modern age. 16. Greece under Ottoman rule and the fight for freedom. In the 15th century, Greece fell under Ottoman rule. The Ottomans controlled Greek lands for almost 400 years. During this long period, Greeks lost political freedom. Many decisions were made by Ottoman rulers. Life was often difficult for the Greek people. However, Greek culture did not disappear. The Greek language continued to be spoken in homes and churches. The Orthodox Church became a center of national identity. Church leaders helped protect Greek traditions and beliefs. Education continued in secret schools and monasteries. Stories, songs, and history were passed down through generations. Over time, the desire for freedom grew stronger. Greeks remembered their ancient past and independence. In 1821, a great uprising began. People from many regions joined the fight. Poets, soldiers, and farmers all played a role. After years of struggle, Greece gained independence. Freedom became a powerful symbol of Greek identity. 17. Modern Greece and the lasting legacy. After independence, Greece began to build a modern nation. The new country faced many challenges. Borders changed and governments rose and fell. In the 20th century, Greece experienced wars and hardship. World wars affected the country deeply. Despite difficulties, Greek society continued to grow. Cities expanded and education improved. Democracy returned and became a strong value. In the late 20th century, Greece joined the European Union. This connected Greece more closely with other nations. Modern Greece balances tradition and progress. Ancient ruins stand beside modern buildings. Greek culture still values family, food, and community. Tourism became an important part of the economy. Greek history continues to attract people from around the world. The ideas of ancient Greece still matter today. Democracy, philosophy, and art remain influential. Greece's long journey continues in the modern world. 18. Lessons from the history of Greece. The history of Greece teaches us many important lessons. Greek people showed that ideas can be as powerful as weapons. They believed in asking questions and thinking deeply. Democracy teaches us that people should have a voice in society. Philosophy teaches us to search for truth and meaning in life. Greek history also reminds us that division can bring weakness. When Greek cities fought each other, they all suffered. At the same time, cooperation brought strength and success. Greek ideas continue to guide education, art, and government today. Their story shows that learning and thinking can change the world.
Hey there! Just a second before you go. If you learned something new today, please give this video a like, write your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to the channel. It only takes a second, and it really, really helps to create even better English videos for you. Your support means the world. Thank you.